This is Lacy Robertson, the hardest working woman in mortgage and real estate nationwide, and I'm here to bring you this week's report of California companies that will be laying off a significant amount of workforce where we received and processed their notice between July 24th and July 30th. Now, before I ask you to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, drop a comment, I know you're probably wondering, what does layoff information have to do with mortgage and real estate? Well, I'm glad you had the question, and guess what? I got an answer. It was many, many years ago. I was working for an amazing company. I just knew that I was going to retire there. I loved what I do. I was in the mortgage and real estate industry, and I was in escrow getting ready to buy a piece of property. I leave work, I go sign my loan documents, and I come back to work hours later and find out that myself and 399 other people were getting laid off that day. No warning, no nothing. Caught me off guard. You hear me? And so you can only imagine what was really going on through my head. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm buying this house. I don't have a job. How am I make the payment? Da, 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 da. Yes, that's how fast things was going on in my mind, and probably the other 399 too. Maybe they weren't buying a house, but that was on my mind. So, anyways, I get on the phone immediately, call my mortgage broker at the time, call my real estate broker at the time, and said, look, you can't fund this loan. I don't have a job. I faxed them over the paperwork. Yes, I said fax. These days, we probably email primarily all of our information. But yes, I faxed them over the information. So, there was good news. I was able to unravel the transaction. So, the loan didn't fund. I didn't buy the property. But the bad news is that I lost money in the process. So I didn't get my deposit back. It wasn't the seller's fault that I did not buy the house. It wasn't even my fault. But I was able to get out the transaction, but I lost my deposit. I didn't get my money for my home inspection, pest inspection, because, when there's by the time you sign your loan documents, you've most likely removed all your contingencies. When you sign loan documents, there's no rescission period. It's not a refinance, so you don't have 3 days to think about it. It is a done deal. So there's two reasons why I share this information. One, what would you do differently if there was a possibility that you might get laid off, right? Would you start saving really, really aggressively? Would you redo your budget? Would you dust off your resume, put fillers out there? Would you not go on that new shop, on that lavish vacation, or buy the new car or new house, or uh, just what would you do differently if there was a possibility that you might get laid off? Would you start paying off debt and lowering your debt? Would you like refinance to pay off some debt? Like, what would you do differently? So that's one of the reasons why I share this information, just in case there was whispers around the office, you're not sure if your company's on the list. I got the information for you. The second reason I share this information is I want you to know you don't have to lose your house just because you lost your job or you're facing a financial hardship. I've literally been helping clients for years lower their mortgage payment, make it more affordable so they don't have to exhaust all their savings trying to make their mortgage payment each month. So before I get into this list, I would like to share with you one of the things that I was able to help my client achieve. Okay, help my client achieve. And let's see. Hopefully you should be able to see my screen. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so this client had Chase Mortgage. Remember, I've been doing this for years. I've been over 18 years in this industry. Okay, so I've helped hundreds and hundreds and thousands of families by now. So previously, I'm going to highlight over here, their previous mortgage payment was $2,334.71. They had an interest rate of 6.75%. It was an adjustable rate mortgage, so that rate was continuously going up until it maxed out. And then their interest rate at the time that I modified their mortgage was 6.575%. Okay. So I turned around. They called me. They were experiencing hardship. I lowered their mortgage to $1,749.53. That included principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And guess what? I got them a fixed interest rate of 3.49. Now, you can see many of my cases if you just go to my Facebook. The handle is Go Lacy Robertson. You can follow me and you can go to albums and you can scroll down my albums. I have tons and tons of modifications and different things where I have helped clients avoid foreclosure, right? So I told you I can show you better than I can tell you. So let's get started. You know, when I share this information, I give you the name of the company that is laying off. I give you the date they're laying off. I let you know how many they're laying off. I also let you know if it's a close, if the company is closing, if it's a temporary layoff, if it's a permanent layoff. I give you the address, and I believe I told you how many people that they will be laying off, okay? I'm going to give you this information in alphabetical order. So guess what? If I get to a letter and your company started in a previous letter, but you still heard whispers, go back and watch some of my other videos because I may have covered that information already. Okay, so let's get started. We have 27 entries, not 27 different companies, but 27 entries, which means some companies are laying off either multiple days or multiple locations. So let's get started. September 30th, we have Block by Block, California, is laying off permanently 82 people at WeHo Santa Monica Boulevard at 7362 Santa Monica Boulevard in Los Angeles. We have September 30th, Coastal Trading Ventures is closing permanently, laying off 27 people at 1005 Jamaica Boulevard in Spring Valley. September 25th, Crane Food Services is laying off temporarily 85 people at 2679 East Bidwell Street in Folsom. September 27th, CRST Expedited, also goes by CRST, the Transportation Solution, is laying off 7 people at 5350 Wilson Street in Jurupa Valley. You have September 27th, CRST Lincoln Sales, also goes by CRST Equipment Solutions, is laying off permanently 10 people at 5150 Wilson Street in Jurupa Valley. September 30th, Decra Roofing Systems, Inc. is closing permanently. They're laying off 57 people at 1230 Railroad Street in Corona. September 30th, Decra Roofing Systems is closing permanently, laying off 4 people at 1230 Railroad Street in Corona. September 29th, Gallagher LLC is closing permanently, laying off 2 people at 6901 District Boulevard B in Bakersfield. September 29th, Gallagher LLC is closing permanently, laying off 2 people at 3098 Crossroads Drive in Reading. September 24th, Planned Parenthood. Now, Planned Parenthood is laying off multiple offices. There are permanent layoffs, okay? So I'm going to get through these. Bear with me, but it has been worse. I mean, I remember when the 99-cent store was laying off. I mean, that list was so long and in different locations, but I was committed to give you the information. I remember when Pizza Hut was laying off a lot of its drivers. It was a lot of entries, but I give you the information because I'm here to be of service, okay? So here we are. September 24th, Planned Parenthood is laying off permanently 2 people at 2633 16th Street in Bakersfield. Yeah, September 24th, Planned Parenthood is laying off permanently 11 people at 500 East Almond Avenue, Suite 1 in Madeira. September 24th, Planned Parenthood laying off permanently 3 people at 1431 McHenry, Suite 100 in Modesto. September 24th, Planned Parenthood is laying off permanently 4 people at 6095 North 1st Street in Fresno. September 24th, Planned Parenthood is laying off permanently 3 people at 316 North Main Street in Salinas. September 24th, Planned Parenthood is laying off permanently 2 people at 398 South Green Valley Road in Watsonville. September 24th, Planned Parenthood laying off permanently 10 people at 435 Grand Avenue in South San Francisco. September 24th, Planned Parenthood laying off permanently 3 people at 4555 Presici Lane in Stockton. September 24th, Planned Parenthood laying off permanently 13 people at 760 Renz Lane in Gilroy. September 24th, Planned Parenthood laying off permanently 17 people at 1119 Pacific Avenue, Suite 200 in Santa Cruz. September 25th, Planned Parenthood is laying off permanently 1 person at 201 29th Street, Suite B in Sacramento. September 30th, Recology Vallejo is laying off permanently 25 people at 2021 Broadway in Vallejo. September 26th, Spiral Binding is closing permanently, laying off 135 people at 431 Calle San Pablo in Camarillo. September 15th, Thermo Fisher Scientific is laying off permanently 33 people at 5781 Van Allen Way in Carlsbad. September 15th, Thermo Fisher Scientific laying off permanently 52 people at 5823 Newton Drive in Carlsbad. The next entries are for Warner Brothers Discovery Inc. Okay. October 4th, Warner Brothers Discovery Inc. is laying off permanently 11 people at 100 South California Street in Burbank. You have on that same day, October 4th, Warner Brothers Discovery Inc. is laying off permanently 38 people at 200 South California Street in Burbank. Last but not least, October 4th, Warner Brothers Discovery Inc. laying off permanently 3 people at 4000 Warner Boulevard in Burbank. So that's the end of this week's list of California companies that will be laying off a significant amount of workforce where we received and processed their notice between July 24th and July 30th. Now remember, if you have experienced a loss of income due to a death, divorce, illness, injury, layoff, or natural disaster, you don't have to lose your house just because you lost your job. Remember, I've been helping clients for years lower their mortgage payment, make it more affordable so they don't have to exhaust all their savings trying to make their mortgage payment each month. I also do everything mortgage and real estate related. So I've been in this business over 18 years. I help people finance property, refinance property. I help people sell property. I help people buy property. But when life deals them lemons and they are having a financial hardship, I help them avoid foreclosure, get their budget back intact, and remain in their home. So for all your mortgage and real estate needs, I want you to pick up the phone and dial 714-914-7254. Feel free to visit my website at modifymenow.com. But the best way to get a hold of me is by calling or texting 714-914-7254. I'm Lacy Robertson, the hardest working woman in mortgage and real estate nationwide. I look forward to working with you and for you. And until then, have a blessed day.